Hi there. Welcome to the Small Business Coffee Break, the video series where you take a few minutes to work on your business, not just in it. Today we're talking with Sara Hernandez, Senior Vice President of First Citizens Bank Coral Gables, about how do you prepare to meet with your banker. Sara has over 15 years of experience helping small businesses with their banking and financing needs. So grab a cup of coffee and let's get into it. That level, which I think leads me to my next question. And I think it would be cool if you could answer it maybe in two different ways, or if you could look at it in two different ways. So how do I best prepare to meet my banker for, to make that ask, right? Of course, it depends on what I'm asking for, right? But let's say I was a startup, new venture, and I'm trying to be successful. I'm not talking about a tech startup that's asking for millions. I'm just saying I'm going to open that. I've been a chef at a restaurant for 15, 20 years. I'm now opening up my own spot. I've done some back end things, and I think I'm going to be able to do it. How do I best prep to come and talk to you, or come and talk to a banker about the possibility of a loan to get that started?
So there's an organization called SCORE. I don't know if you've heard of it.
No, I haven't.
But it's a non-for-profit that focuses on helping small business create business plans. It's all free, doesn't cost anything. Fantastic. So that's a big deal. SCORE, okay?
SCORE, just to
yes.
Sure. Yes.
And FIU has a whole department where they have people within SCORE that they help small business.
Fantastic.
So what I would do, step one, is I would go to SCORE, someone at SCORE, make an appointment, talk to them, tell them my plan, and let them tell you the holes in your plan and what's wrong with the plan, and then what could be right, and just get a lot of coaching. Also, you want to talk to other people that have done what you want to do, but they already did it, right? So get as educated as possible in what it is that you want to do. And why is this going to be successful? What are the risks? Always look at the risk, but then you have a mitigant. So yes, this is a risk, but then I have this mitigant. And then you want to go through all of the different scenarios. One of the things that entrepreneurs sometimes fail to do is look at what can go wrong. Because the tendency is to be so passionate and so enthusiastic, right? Which is wonderful, you need that. But you need to be able to sit down and say, what can go wrong? And if this happens, what do I do? And if that happens, what do I do? And then set up a plan. And so that's what I would do. And the other piece is, for a startup and something like that, it's easier to get funding if you go through the SBA departments of the banks. So you can do that. And then the SBA would figure out a way, because that loan is insured by the government, and their job is really truly to take as much risk as possible because it's backed by the government.
Well, those organizations exist for the purpose of
exactly
of helping smaller businesses kind of get to a place. And it's interesting. So what I'm hearing from you, that what you want to see from any business probably, but specifically one that may be working on a new venture, is planning.
Exactly.
And I don't think I could stress that enough, because even from the insurance side, planning is such an important part of what underwriters want to see when it comes to a business. Because if they don't have experience, they'll want to know, well, then how will they know what could possibly go wrong and how to avoid it?
Right.
And so it's so important, and I think it's so few businesses go through that business planning process. One, because it's hard. It's not easy it's easy to have an idea. It is hard to develop that idea into a full-fledged process you're going to be able to show will, over a given period of time, be profitable enough to sustain the debts it's going to take on, which at the end of the day is what we're talking about.
Right.
But I hadn't heard of SCORE specifically.
Oh, okay.
I knew the Florida International University had a small business division that helps small business startups particularly with some of the processes that were necessary in order to do so. But I'm glad to have a name to that.
Look into SCORE. That's a very crucial. And they also have a great website that has a bunch of videos to help the entrepreneur and the small business.
Let's keep the conversation going. If you have any questions for Sara, please ask them in the comments, or I put her contact information in the description. If you have any questions you'd like me to ask Sara or any other professional in their field, my contact information is also in the description, and I'm always open to a DM. See you next week for another cup of coffee and more questions answered.